some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we see a squad from the Big 12, a group with a lot to prove here today. Taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And those body blows really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The pull and throw off the RPO. Oh, he's got some space. The 30. He's at the 10. Lean for the wire. Touchdown.
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Picks up the first down, still moving. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
That's caught. It's Scott. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Wilson will throw. Got a man, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down. Guys, let's talk a little bit about NC State. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback in a third down situation, knowing exactly where the first down marker was. It wasn't there open to throw the football. He was very smart. He got out, he took off running, knew exactly where he had to get to keep his offense on the field.
Wants to go up top on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. Got him in the open. Touchdown, Wolfpack! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the offense back onto the field. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
There's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Pocket breaking down. That's caught. It's Shelton. Still on his feet at the 45. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. They send the tight end in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Gives it on the option. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the pack on 3rd down. Catch in the middle, it's Young. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Safe completion on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll run it from the gun. Shakes off the defender. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
They'll knock him down behind the line, and that's how we'll end this quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Wilson to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Working that left side. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
Man, these tight ends are such matchup nightmares. They can run so many different routes. And how about you throw in the corner route where you can throw it up to the big fella, where you've worked on your timing, you've moved him all over the field and had success. Great throw, great catch.
Finds his tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Two running backs alongside the quarterback. Using his legs, it's Scott. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. They'll run play action. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. All right, right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll move the tight end. From the gun, the ground game. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Complete to the left. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. Motion from the back. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds a man on the left. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Gotta like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
They'll snap it from the 30 on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at 2nd down.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Power football with the run. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity.
Turning it on! He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it up to 12.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. The give on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. pulls and fires complete to the right. And it's in for a touchdown.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Texas has a lead right now in Austin, but they've been in a dogfight so far and just haven't been able to pull away.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wilson will throw. He unleashes a long one. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
On the move, he fires. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
NC State has work to do to convert this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. Third and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
They punt it away on fourth down. Now on the return. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The offense will have to use its first time. Half. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand.
Okay, ready?
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Running into the open space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Caught near the sticks. It's Peoples. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They're looking to throw on second and short. Caught close to the marker, it's Shelton. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout called by the offense.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. One more play before the teams head to the locker room. They'll run the option. Breaks into the open. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We're just about ready to start the second half. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wilson to pass. Finds his man. It's Scott. Oh, the ball's out after that big play. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We've talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Using the quick game. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. NC State quick to the line. Out of the gun. The running back has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Tight end now in motion. Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Well, the defense has had enough of this, right? The quarterback's on a hot streak. The ball's not hitting the ground. And right there, they decide, we are jumping one of these routes. We're going to try to get a pick. Almost came away with one there.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. Wilson will throw. Quickly complete. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Man, you have to do everything in your power not to let your momentum carry you out of bounds short of the first down marker.
And I would argue, too, maybe you run your route a little bit deeper. You got to understand where the first down marker is and where I got to get to. But, yeah, I'm not running out of bounds. I'm lowering my shoulder and trying to get as much yardage as I can to make this 4th down manageable.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Looking for space, it's Peoples. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
They'll go to the ground. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a 3rd down stop. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the big fella. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. With the catch, it's Young. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. On the run, it's Peoples. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Now the play fake. A shot toward the end zone. Snags it. And he won't be able to get it as the defense gets him down at the 1.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he'll take it in for a touchdown. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting to see the ripple effects after this one in the SEC today, fellas.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wilson to pass. Now sliding to his left. Looking for a big gain. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Free yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Goes to the option. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, NC State.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the 2nd half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
He's got it down the middle. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Second down, he'll throw it. Throws for the tight end. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
It doesn't matter who it is, receivers, in this case, a tight end. You get open, you sometimes start to look at that green space in front of you, and you just take your eye off the football, lose your concentration a little bit, and miss that opportunity for possibly a big play.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A sky-high punt. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. Now let's see if they can pull this one out. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen it.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And no messing around right now if you're on offense. This is the time where execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit completions, David. They need some big plays.
Yeah, and you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the clock, give them the underneath stuff. And again, when they drive the football down the field, I just can't give up touchdowns. Field goal at this point is not going to hurt my defense.
Wilson will throw. Bears the pressure. He's going to take off. QB got it himself. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
Well, you know that every single week this guy's legs are going to be a problem, and the defense just has not had an answer for him. They can't keep him in the pocket. That last play, he's able to get outside, scramble, and go make something happen. And with that last run, he's now eclipsed the 100-yard rushing mark for the game.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's screen. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. Back to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And these are the plays that you look back on tape, and everybody's like, nice work, nice toughness, QB. To stand in there, know you're going to get blasted, and hold on to the ball until the guy comes open, feed him, and get the 6.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Send the tight end in motion. Give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Durr. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And, man, that is so frustrating for this defense. You got them where you wanted them. You backed them up on third down. You knew they were going to throw the football, but they just couldn't stop them. They give up the first down, and time is running out. This defense is going to have to get aggressive.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The short hands, it's Durham. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Here comes the heat. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
I know this defense feels like they missed some opportunities. Yeah, they had 2 sacks their last game out, but they feel like they left a bunch more out on the field. They wanted to try to get to the quarterback in this game. That was finally the first time they registered a sack so far here. Curious to see how this pass rush looks the rest of the way.
To do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout by the offense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Punt is on its way. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Give to the running back from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback may change this route. Wilson to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. It's complete to the right. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch.
Gain of 6. Now, 4th down.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. It's complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Leaves it with the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wilson will throw. Oh, they're after him. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. It would be nice to pick up a few yards on 3rd down because from here, it's a 57-yard attempt. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Smith. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Slings it downfield. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I like it. Very smart defense. Understanding the clock. Understanding they're going to try to push the ball down the field. Great job playing deep. Breaking on the football. Making sure that receiver doesn't catch it. Smart IQ defense.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. He'll pull it down. Turning it off. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the 4th quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra 1st downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the 1st down.
NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. They're setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wilson to pass. Pressure coming. Grab behind the line. It's Scott. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Fires into the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
And I'm curious if that shot right there to the end zone was the offense's way of being aggressive. And now they take the field goal because a field goal ties this thing up. Big decision for this offense upcoming. Do I take the field goal, the guaranteed tie, or do I keep the gas pedal to the floor and be aggressive?
Man, that is a massive field goal. So much pressure on him. With just a couple seconds left here in the game, he knocks it through the uprights. It looks like this thing's going into overtime as long as your defense is not completely screwed this thing.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Leaves it with the back. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to pass, and they don't have a lot of time to work with. Finds his big tight end. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. Breaks into the open. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably, maybe 1 possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays. Back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Into the end zone. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
he's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Wants to go up top. They went for the 2 and got it, and now an 8-point lead in overtime. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. The give on the inside. There he goes. Got some room after the goal line. Touchdown, North Carolina State. Got it in for one part of the job, and now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming.
We know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting the long touchdown run.
Wilson will throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. It's complete to the left. Could not get there. The 2-point try is stopped, and they'll lose by 2 in overtime. How much fun was that one? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of...